Hello, everybody. This is Bill Thomas. Welcome to this episode of Leadership Power Paradigms. We have a really exciting program for you today, and in just a few seconds, we're going to begin. So, uh, so while we await, hello, welcome to the Leadership Power Paradigms episode for this week. Um, I think you'll enjoy it as well as I hope if you have any questions, please wait until the end of the lesson, which will be about 14 minutes from this very moment, and we'll talk about those. Okay? Any questions or comments that you might have on the presentation or anything to do with leadership? Okay? So, um, and there's a chat area on the right hand side of the screen. And as you familiarize yourself, of course, with that, as well as any other little items that you find in our webinar platform, please feel free to experiment and push buttons. Just don't disconnect yourself. That's all, and you'll be fine. So anyway, we are just about to get to the presentation, so I'm going to begin. Hello and welcome to this episode of Leadership Power Paradigms. I'm Bill Thomas, your presenter for today. And in less than 14 minutes, you will learn how you can easily use your own leadership power to increase the creativity of your people. You'll see how to rejuvenate and recalibrate your thinking, and you will understand why you must invigorate the passions of your strategic intentions. Just think, if each and every leadership act that you take results in or produces something new, something better, something improved, something made more useful, something that's renewed and restored, something which operates at greater efficiency, something stronger or has increased strength, or even something that cheers up or brings joy to other people, don't you think people would consider and see you as a creative, innovative, or transformational leader? As a leader, you need to begin seeing, thinking, and believing yourself to be both a social scientist or social engineer, as well as an imaginative artist or an aesthetic artisan. Just as author and professor Isaac Asimov observed, both the sciences and the arts use many of the same cognitive skills and emotionally intelligent processes to pursue their aims. Imagination, intuition, instruction, interpretation, interrogation, inferring, inspection, introspection, investigation, interaction, influence, innovation, and a deep understanding of the metaphysical universe will serve leaders well in the days, conditions, and realities ahead of us. A virtual tidal wave of complexity is gathering itself and gaining momentum and heading to each and every one of our shores. Are you and your team ready to handle that level of volatility, uncertainty, and disruptive forces? In May of 2010, the IBM Corporation released its results of 1,541 face-to-face interviews with CEOs, general managers, and leaders of business, government, and NGOs, NPOs, and community service organizations. Their survey revealed how CEOs saw complexity as their primary challenge. In fact, the leaders agreed their operating environments were becoming substantially more volatile, uncertain, and complex. The CEOs believe that small or incremental changes can no longer deal with the challenges of the world, which is operating in fundamentally different ways. Nearly 80% of CEOs expect the level of complexity in the world to greatly increase, with with external factors such as markets, technology, the economy, people skills, regulations, and globalization being major contributors to the depth and amounts of complexity. Perhaps you have heard of the term thought leader. Most of us usually think of those thought leaders as authors, scientists, engineers, professors, political or management consultants, and so on. However, you too must become a thought leader when it comes to studying, learning, and understanding the principles of leadership itself, social systems, human behavior, and human psychology, management sciences, economics, organizational dynamics, and that's just to name a few of these essential subject matters. Even if leadership is intellectually simple, as the editors at management-issues.com believe, that is no excuse for being intellectually lazy, mentally incompetent, or imaginatively deficient. At the time of the day, At the end of the day, leaders must be intellectually responsible for all their beliefs and emotions, thoughts, deeds, words, and plans. The commitments made by your followers to your leadership demands that you fully employ every bit of intuition, experience, knowledge available to you, your associates, and your community of stakeholders. It also stands to reason that involving a cognitive structure in your practice of leadership might help boost your effectiveness in a few ways. If you had a template, blueprint, or operational model of your cognitive leadership duties, you might see improvements in everything and everyone's performances. So we can view cognitive leadership as consisting of a series of inputs, engines, and outputs through which leaders employ to reason, decide, evaluate, assess, judge, learn through, think about, or think on, and so on and so forth. For examples, leaders might use their minds as a carburetor, a device or a tool, process, or template for mixing vaporized fuel or combining or blending distilled or refined forms or blocks of information with air or raw data such as facts, figures, or fictional information to produce a combustible or explosive mixture such as a bigger or expanded knowledge artifact. Or one could use your cognitive engine as a harvester, which would include the practice, process, or act which uh, enables a gain, a win, an acquisition, or a use of a prize, product, or result of any past act, process, plan, etc. It could also catch, take, or remove one item for use in another setting. Your creativity can be rejuvenated, restored, renewed, and refreshed through the discipline of mapping the energy flows, the biological processes, and ecological signatures which are affecting the conditions and entities within your ecosystem, can lead to removals of impurities and injections of nutritional sustenance. In a word, you can improve the integrity, performance, and strength of your organization using this method while avoiding the drastically messy surgical reductions in your workforce, the painful facility closures, and fragile austerity measures. You can also use worksheets like this one to examine, evaluate, and enhance the people, the policies, the processes, the 40 plus eccentric motive forces propelling human behaviors, the four dimensions of human activity, as well as the 16 quantum signatures of all 40 forces operating in the environs of your team, department, or organization. It's simple, really. The only type of energy that will always make the critical difference and give you a competitive advantage is information based. With information, you will give, sustain, replicate, or rebirth and enhance or energize the life of your organization. What leaders have to do to be more effective in their work are these actions. You need to communicate and coordinate everyone's understanding and learning of the alignment of their personal with the organization's values or beliefs, the parameters for a safe, secure, stable working environment, and customer products or services, the morality and philosophy of your enterprise, and its relations with the greater society and its stakeholder communities. Many of the actions you see on this slide are the same types of actions that leaders like Steve Jobs, Mother Teresa, and Mohat- Mahatma Gandhi employed in their own work. Let's not forget that we are taking on the responsibilities, rigors, and requirements of travel to explore and examine the shapes and structures of the many challenges, complexities, and conundrums facing today's leaders. We hope to discover or identify the most clearly marked signposts, indicators, and milestones which can show and direct us away from any pitfalls, roadblocks, or obstacles that could prevent us from reaching our goals and objectives. Because our efforts are not rooted in some fantasy or mythological tale of high adventure, we'll need to embrace a philosophy of noble ideals, which includes compelling reasons for our being leaders and doing leadership acts, which must be based upon on a sincere yet inspired dissatisfaction with our current circumstances, our current problems, our current progress, and lack of opportunities. Leaders must always coach, counsel, train, consult with, mentor, challenge, guide, and empower their people and themselves at all times with their total dedication, devotion, and best efforts. I ask you, are you using an executive or personal coach to help you improve your leadership effectiveness and your performances? CEOs now realize that creativity trumps other leadership characteristics. Creative leaders are comfortable with ambiguity and experimentation. To connect with and inspire a new generation, they lead and interact in entirely new ways. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you leading creatively? How will you develop the critical capabilities to enhance creativity among your leadership team? In what ways can you explore, reward, and globally integrate diverse and unconventional points of view? What is your approach to challenge every element of your business model to get the most from currently untapped opportunities? How will you leverage new communication styles, technologies, and tools both to lead a new generation of talent and encourage breakthrough thinking? What areas of the organization need to be worked on? Where will your innovative and creative opportunities yield the greatest impact? Why will you need to be more creative and innovative? When will your creativity and innovational efforts produce the highest payoffs? How can the products of your employees' imaginations discover and best optimize the new things or improvements your customers and industry hope for from your organization? This ends today's lesson. Hey, we did it again, 14 minutes. Uh, what you're looking at is the agenda for our leadership power tutorials and coaching monthly performance improvement support program. And as you're looking at that, those 9 items, obviously there's a lot more to this. There's coaching involved, there's group coaching involved, there are ebooks, articles, reports, video tutorials, audio tutorials. Oh my gosh, there's so much involved in my programs. I refuse to do just one straightforward. I mean, this like a 14-minute webinar, no, of course not. You're not going to get that much out of that. You will get a lot, but you really are going to have to do some serious studying and deep diving. And so I don't like to conduct my programs that way, and they tend to be a little bit longer term as well. So if you give me one quick second, I'll run back over and at take a look at the chat area. Okay. And while we're looking at the chat area, I'll just basically let you know that you do have the bonus gifts are here, by the way. Yeah, there you go. You can download these and look them over in your at your leisure. I think you'll find them all most interesting. Included in that is the 5 Leadership Uplifter Task Infographic. You can download that. That's a PDF document and print it out and put it on your desk so you can look at it every day and ask yourself, hey, am I engaged? Am I doing one of these 5 tasks? If you are, you're acting as a leader and you will be very effective as a leader. And if you're not, then you might want to find one of these tasks and employ that, rather, I should say, and use it to help to lead your organization, your people, more effectively. And then the other bonus gift is the Words with Wisdom edition, and that's an 8-page PDF report that includes insights from various experts in the field of leadership, as well as some of my own ideas as well. So we sort of put that all together, and I think you'll find that one also of interest as well. And read through it and study the concepts and ideas that are presented there, and I think you'll enjoy that as well. And those obviously are free. They're both PDF documents, as I said. So that you enjoy that as well. What I also did was I also displayed the program. Uh, all you have to do is click on that little button that says enroll and get started now. And what you will find is it will take you to the page that has all of this information about the legendary Leadership Power Tutorials and Coaching Monthly Performance Improvement Support Program that I also had the slide of the agenda up as well. So you'll see all the things that are involved in that too. So listen, not seeing any questions, so I hope that you got something out of this session. And what I will say uh, is this. Thank you so much for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you on future episodes of Leadership Power Paradigms. This is Bill Thomas, your what am I here? I'm your executive guide and leadership performance advisor, and I thank you for joining me, and I say God bless you and Godspeed to you and all the very best success to you in all of your endeavors, professional and personal endeavors, and we'll see you next time. Till then, take care and God bless.